Hands up if we know what this symbol means. Has anyone here been hitchhiking before? Wow. I'm going to share with you my unusual experience of hitchhiking in the US. The day is July 17th, 2017. I am 20 years old. It's a hot, stinking summer's New York day. I don't know if you guys are aware of New York in summer, but it is humid. You can feel the weight of the air sitting on your shoulders. I've just had the most amazing 6 months on exchange at Boston College, and I'm really looking forward to the next 2 months of avid traveling around the States. My trip starts in Toronto, we move on to Vancouver. From Vancouver, we go down to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, Colorado, Cuba, Bahamas, Mexico City, back up to New York, and then a 2-week music festival bender in Europe. So I was keen. But it's bittersweet because my college exchange girlfriend, which we both knew it wasn't going to work, we both knew that, when I moved back to Australia, we weren't going to be together. This was our last day together. So really looking forward to the next couple of months. A little bit sad because I'm going to have to say goodbye to this amazing human being. So we have a really incredible day together. She drops me off at JFK. It's, tears, crying, everyone's just sort of, it's like I don't know if you guys watch or have heard of any Bollywood movies, but it is pretty emotional. I think I would make a very good actor working in a Bollywood movie at that time. She leaves, she takes her car back. New York traffic's insane. She doesn't want to, deal with the backup at 5 p.m. This was a 2 o'clock flight. And we look up at the sort of the travel board, which had the flight numbers, and all I see is cancelled, 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 cancelled. So my flight from New York to Toronto was cancelled. This was an especially important flight because I was actually going to see The Weeknd in concert. This is the first time I was ever going to see him. The Weeknd in the Six, right, in Toronto was going to be massive. It is his home ground, his stomping grounds. My friends were in Toronto waiting for me, and I was really keen to make that concert. And so, I go up to the counter and I start pleading with the lady, hey, I've got to be on this flight. Put me on another flight. I'll fly through whatever cities you want. You can reroute me however you want. I just need to be in Toronto by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, because we had Niagara Falls planned that day. Niagara Falls, not Victoria Falls. Niagara Falls planned that day, and the Weeknd concert in the evening. And the lady goes, look, I'm so sorry. There's a storm coming in. Canada's notorious for these weird storms, and I can't do anything about it. So my heart sinks. My heart is essentially a puddle on the floor there, just thinking, right, I've broken up with my girlfriend, and now I'm not even going to be able to go on my trip because every flight was connecting on from there. So if I don't make Toronto, there's a lot of knock-on effects. And the lady at the counter had advised me that the flight would not take off for another 4 days because of how bad this storm was. So here I am with, my 2 big suitcases and my little carry-on, and I'm just sort of walking with my head down, miserable. And I get to the travelator or the escalator, and I hear 2 gentlemen, one in a very, very sharp suit with a very kind of very tight tie, and another who looked like he kind of just got off a bus, in shorts and a t-shirt. And the 2 gentlemen are speaking Gujarati, which is my language. And I remember going, holy crap, like what are the odds of 2 guys in front of me speaking my language? And they're talking about renting a car and driving to Toronto. And I go, I need to get in on this. If they're driving, I need to be there. So I kind of get up behind them and I go, guys, I'm so sorry, I couldn't help it over here. Unfortunately, I do speak your language, which is really odd, but I would love to get in on this rental car, if that's okay with you. And I sold it as, look, if there's 3 of us going, I know I don't know you guys, but if there's 3 of us going, it'll be a lot cheaper. We split it by 3. And they were like, oh, we don't know each other either. This is just kind of a plan that we've come up with. And I said, fantastic. So we go to the rental car booth, we organize the rental car, and the 3 of us start driving to Toronto. We get stuck in New York traffic. This is 3 strangers not knowing how to communicate or talk to each other because It's just a bit weird for three strangers to be meeting in a car driving to Toronto. Not to mention border issues, right? We all have different passports. One of them's a Canadian, which is fine for getting into the States. Another is an Indian without a US visa. And then there's me with a US visa going into Canada, but as an Aussie. And I had my visa for flying in and not driving, which the Canadians can be pretty antsy about this stuff. Get to the border. No issues. The Canadian immigration officials basically love Australia, so no problems at all. We make it over to the Canadian side, and sort of 10 hours later, 2 a.m. in the morning, I make it to my hotel, and I'd already warned my friend about all of this, and the poor bugger was sleeping and didn't come out to get me. So I spent that night on the step of the hotel. But the good news is, through that sort of weird hitchhiking situation, I made the Niagara Falls trip, very, very tired, and I made it to the weekend concert, to which Drake actually crashed that concert, so it was well worth the wait. Thank you.